on my mind, you know I need that love.
Well, we're finally back. It's map number 2 in MIBR. They barely survived map number 1, but now we're on Vertigo. It's Laz and Paladin to bring you through it, and I don't even know what to make of this one.
I feel as though this would be where MIBR. This is their bread and butter. This is where they look the deadliest, and they have for quite some time. Starting on that T side, they have the chance to set the tempo, and that tempo for right now is to slow things down.
Yeah, I mean, the last time we saw that MIBR played, I mean, they've won 6 matches in a row, but they did hit a bit of a roadblock, but again, they only lost to G2 and Eternal Fire, so whatever, right?
Those are teams that you'll be fine losing to.
Yeah. I think you'll take that one off the shoulder. That'll be fine. MIBR, they get a nice little bit of an entry point here. Exit does find that first opening duel. They're trying to bombard this B site. Rotates coming in here from Detonate. They only have 1 smoke, though. They have 1 PC utility. They have 1 kit. Oh, dear. Oh, no.
At least you have the kit, but there's no way you're getting into this site. There's no way you're going to catch a fade through the smoke. Reshi's trying to look for something. He can't even catch the little backpack. They're trying to exit somehow, but they can't. And Henny and Exit takes care of things. MIBR on the board, and look, they got the entry before the side exit even came through. That was just a clean slice through for the Brazilians. Great start for them.
Yeah, just again, a basic setup, you know, the basic execution, and it worked out wonders. And I mean, they take it, I mean, really convincingly. I shouldn't even say pretty convincingly. Very convincingly we'll go, but Detonate, despite losing that round, not really finding many kills, they're going to try to put, you know, some guns back on the board, and it's MP9s, but it's Viera that's able to find a double now. Oh, man, an MP9 already put to waste so early on in the round. This is problematic for any Detonate fans.
It's just slight jump spotting on T sandbags. Catches a bullet to the face, or not to the face, the shoulder maybe. And they're just gonna continue to scale, and Sonny loves creeping on the left side of ramp. And he gets his kill, and theoretically the round as well. Here comes the plant, and it should be a quick save from Micro and Cryptic respectively.
I think even just keeping these MP9s would be the best point, right?
Yeah, you can drop over the Deagle as well. There is a lot of onus to saving it, but Biera's already here.
Yep, peekaboo, there's Biera. Alright, now looking for maybe a quad. No dice. Alright, so now Cryptic does get a Galil. Now it's a little bit game of chicken here. Needs to survive. Everybody's on the hunt here. Goes for the wide peek and just gets overwhelmed by MIBR, and they only lose 1, so they keep the streak moving on. And it's going to be a light purchase coming in from Detonate now. What do we see differently, Paladin?
I don't think there's much Detonate can do in this one. They want to have all the bells and whistles moving into round number 4. MIBR should be locked and loaded for a 3rd. It's only the investment of a flashbang on and a 5.7 from Cryptic and a P250 for Slight and Brett. But this should be comfortable here for MIBR.
Yeah, and a little bit for Detonate too. I mean, the results on Vertigo have definitely been a little bit up and down. I mean, their most recent match was against Timberman, where they actually lost that 16-7. Lost to Pain was 16-3. Again, some big W's though. I mean, saw them beat, you know, Nouns and Stripe on this map, both 16-11s. Definitely nowhere near what we saw from MIBR though. This is their map pick, like we said. Now Henny's just going to be able to scoop up a few, and there it is. It's a quick one. It's swift, it's fearless, it's vicious. Brett, I have no idea what you do in this situation.
Maybe you play for an exit of some sort. But it doesn't really feel like anything's going to be even offered up to him. Tries to play the edge of the smoke here. Try to catch a gun and head for the hills, but MIBR are measured.
Just spamming every wall. Seeing what they can find. Yeah, like you said, Brett's just waiting patiently, maybe get an exit, but no reason for MIBR to really exit that way. They can just go down the ramp. Wait things out. Now Brett's just going to go to his demise. And no good. But
And
there is some good funds, right? I mean, the 6,300. Do we see, and do we see 2 ops? Do we see 1? We see 1.
And this is what they were playing for. To have Slight on the AWP. To get him activated down ramp earlier on. And we need a little bit more from him. He was a bit quiet on Inferno. Definitely needed him to go toe-to-toe with Henny, but it felt as though the Brazilian counterpart came out on top there. And that's kind of what you were looking for to turn the tides in these closer affairs. And when you have the opportunity to go toe-to-toe with MIBR. I think he spotted him.
Oh, he's trying to go for the spam too. Yeah, it's really close, but it's a second chance at it. Nate does a little bit of damage, not too bad. Not insane, but it's a tickle, I guess. MIBR, they just have kind of the setup ready to go. I think Brett actually did spot that one player. Now the nade's going to come through. It's just raining utility. And it's actually a full swing here. Freshy. Nice little bit of a grab spray here. So they do put themselves in the advantage in winning that opening duel.
Yeah, nice little chemistry there from Freshy to save Brett there on the engagement. It forces MIBR to reroute back to ramp. Biera's already taken a lot of control. He should give over information that he's scaled. And the rest of the Brazilians will follow suit. They'll try to find the way to brute force their way to the side. I say that, actually, they're pulling back. They want to re-aggress onto this B bomb site after peppering them down. And I don't think it's a bad idea. They've still got utility for the re-execute. And they've got the kill on a Brett as well.
Yeah, that over-peeking for Brett. Now Freshy's blind. He's got people in front of him, but he might be able to find more than one. No, it's only going to be a one and done. 3-3 situation. Still 10 seconds remain, so that bomb needs to get planted quick here. No denial coming in from Detonate. Yeah, like going to be waiting things out here on the Jenny. Now we're starting to see Detonate. They're losing bodies quick. Oh my god. And Henny's able to find another one through the smoke. That is just disgusting. MIBR, they don't have to overcommit this. They can just pull on back and never mind, exit. Got a different plan in store. Still the goose egg here for Detonate.
Yeah, really, really well done there from MIBR. Trying to sell a bit of a fake down ramp after losing that initial engagement on ramp, on bottom B stairs. And Insani just parks the brakes right outside and re-engages, pops the head of Brett, and they scale together. Really good trades on the attempted retake from Detonate. And MIBR continue their winning ways. Ooh, chunky nade on the Cryptic. And Micro sees a little bit of a shoulder, but you can't wallbang a headshot. And he gets to punish really, really quickly there. Cryptic down to 31. This is just ugly, ugly stuff for MIBR. Or sorry, for Detonate, rather. MIBR's loving it.
Yeah, I remember MIBR is just absolutely loving it. Okay. Alright, BR, we know you're sick. We get it. Triple kill. Looking good so far. Not a lot of damage being done here against MIBR. CZ, though. Or CZ, whatever's the proper way.
We're in North America.
Yeah,
we can call it the CZ.
We can call it CZ, right? Never see that very often.
Not at all. I mean, it just feels like how powerful the 5.7 is at close range and how many bullets that you can have. It's just easier to take out. Longer range, you'd probably want to go with that over the CZ. It just feels like the better option now. It's not that the CZ is bad by any means, but it just feels like 5.7 in most situations you would kind of prefer, right? And that's probably the name of the game.
Well, the name of the game is MIBR keeping that streak alive, making it 5-0. I think this next round will be a good telling round just to see where Detonate, again, they should have money in the board. Freshy maybe? Freshy maybe? Ah, no kill. Not so fresh, but... Alright, we're back at it. Detonate, they got guns. They're going to call the timeout. Yep, they're going to call the timeout. Good, I'm right. Alright, perfect. Thank you. Production for confirming. But yes, they are going to call this timeout. And I think, again, I love when we saw that before in Inferno, right? Because, again, they called the couple timeouts right away, kind of getting, you know, a little bit more of those communications, you know, in line, kind of getting the tactics ready to go. And they're down by 5, so they need to find something to get themselves on the board.
Yeah, another bite of the cherry. Perhaps a little bit more aggressive ramp takes could be on the horizon. Throwing that bottom ramp smoke and fighting from side hall. But so far, Detonate have been playing pretty scared. On tail end of Inferno, yeah, they had the reads, but at the end of the day, they didn't want to take the aggressive duels. They didn't believe in their individual prowess, and they paid the price. They've got to find a way to turn the tides on Vertigo and start settling in. But again, it's no aggressive ramp take. It's going to be Insani just charging up himself instead. And they're fast. Minute 35 up onto the knocking on the door of the A site. Here come the cross smokes as well. I think it's quick into the A site here.
Yeah, they're coming in fast, and man, they only find 1 kill. Detonate, they don't have much of a reply on this. Freshy's close. He's trying to use that smoke to his advantage. He creeps on in, he makes a lot of noise, and he still loses that fight. Brett, a little late to the party. I don't know, he might just want to leave from this. Bear's already looking for him, right? I mean, they're hunting, and this is what MIBR have done well in this best of 3. I mean, they don't allow Detonate to save anything.
Yep, and there could be a nice opportunity there, but exit. He wants to confirm the round cleanly. 6-0 start for MIBR. And yeah, okay, I think we have a little bit of a tech pause here from MIBR, but we could honestly have just a bit of a conversation on their start here. I think it's just been very admirable to see how comfortable they look on this map. It feels like their mid-rounding has gotten a lot better, a lot sharper. And then you also have those set plays where they just run up ramp early, and you've got Insani willing to entry. He's such a loyal soldier in that sense, but he still rips heads off very, very cleanly. He's always good for it. And as soon as those cross smokes come down, Detonate don't know what to do. It just feels like MIBR are a cut above on this map thus far.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I mean, I know we talked a lot about it, but it is so important to bring up, too, because I think when you talk about the experience and the teams you're playing, I mean, Detonate, they've been able to just play a lot of the North America teams, right? But I think for MIBR, everybody they've played is international. They played NA, and I mean, the one stat is that they've pretty much beaten every single NA team. Like, they haven't taken a loss to an NA team, right? I mean, it's been international European teams that they've only taken their L's on, so that definitely kind of shows you the picture that we're dealing with here for MIBR. Exactly,
and I think that I couldn't have said it better myself. It just paints a picture beautifully.
Hey, thanks, man. I try. But I think again, this is a tough one for Detonate because, I mean, their money is in that mid 3s. I mean, they're gonna probably put some pistols with some utility on this. But I feel like MIBR have just really mixed up the playbook a lot, right? I mean, they're not doing the same thing over and over. They're like, they're abusing B, they're coming towards A, and like you said, when that utility starts coming in, and like it just looks like Detonate are scratching their heads like, how do we do this? What do we do with this? I don't know I have no idea.
And I think, again, it comes down to, if you do see those cross smokes, you try to play ahead of them. You don't give them space for free, but they're just so uncomfortable. Like, even if they are ahead of the smokes, they can't capitalize. They can't pop flash their way into any of these plays. So something's got to give eventually, individually from these Detonate players. But that's not a great start, Laz. Double nated to Oblivion. Cryptic sitting out. Round number 7. He just disappeared.
Yeah, he just gone. Didn't even get to see him play, and he was just gone. Just like that, blink of an eye, he's removed. He's out of this round, and okay. Eagles. Is that going to work? Brett, Now he's just going to get overwhelmed. Turtle already getting some good control. Look at this utility. There you go. There it is. It's finally throwing a good flash. Okay. A little bit of a trade coming in, but now... Oh, this nade might be at the end all here. Okay, no, they get out of it in time. I thought Micro's still in cross. Yeah, they got to save these pistols, I guess. Maybe go wrap around for some exits. Just try something different.
Yeah, I mean, as of right now, Brett's really having some troubles holding onto this B site. Freshie is there to try and trade, but it seems like that side of the map is so susceptible to these mid to late round scenarios. And it's gonna just keep getting uglier and uglier because Exit's hyper willing to just commit to that site time in and time out. And if he's got to do it for the next 8 rounds, he will if nothing changes. We've seen it happen before. Timeout comes out from Detonate here. As just Brett is on an 0-7 spree, but so is Slight as well. And that's another player you just don't want to be on the goose egg by any means.
No, I mean, the fact that you have 2 players kind of sitting on the goose egg, this is not what you want, right? But, I mean, the sites are just getting abused, and you're saying it perfectly. They just look uncomfortable. But the other thing I was kind of thinking about, too, is, I mean, the comeback, right? I mean, I always talk about the mentality for teams, and, you know, like, they were making a good little bit of a run back on Inferno. I mean, they were down for a while, and then they made it close. So it makes you kind of wonder, too, if maybe they felt a little bit defeated going into map 2. I mean, that's all speculation, but... surely it's got to be something we can consider, possibly.
Yeah, of course. I mean, they want to stay within the series as long as possible. They know what's at stake here. Again, EPL direct move-ups on the line. And this is just that first step to do so. You don't want to get knocked down to that lower bracket immediately. This isn't the elimination round, of course, but to stay within that upper bracket as long as possible, that's what you're looking for.
And it is a gun round, and the op is back here for Slight too, and Cryptic's over peeking a little bit and takes some damage. Slight playing a decent off angle, but now he pulls back with the flash. He tries to commit to this, but this player made it across. Oh my. Okay, both oppers miss. Tough shot to make, but Insani actually waiting things out. Might be able to find this kill. Oh my, someone's right above them. Timing is everything. Okay, so Detonate work with the opening duel again.
Yeah, and they found a way to quell Insani as well. He doesn't surge through that Molotov. They wait it out. And perhaps a re-aggression as Turtle, the B-Lurk, chucks in a little bit of utility to sell a little bit of something. Slight has been pulled, and here comes Freshie as well. That conditioning from those early rounds have really sold things onto the Detonate side. And MIBR just gonna slowly creep up side hall, slowly creep up crane, and just pounce. Wow, but that jump should tell everything.
Oh no. Micro just a little bit of an overpeak on the jiggle. Gets caught right in the crosshair. This is now Cryptic finding another kill, so this is the only player that's been able to put up some frags here for the Detonate side. 10 seconds remain though, so this plant needs to come in. I don't know if Detonate want to try to, you know, cancel this. Oh my goodness, Henny somehow survives. On the skin of his teeth with 6 HP. He was the planner. If they would have found that, that could have changed everything. But the bomb plant comes in. The man advantage now for Detonate. An advantage situation. Exit coming for the wide swing. Exit for the wide swing with only 1. So now it's Turtle needing to come alive. He's got everything on his shoulders here. The bomb in a good position for him. Oh, but it's just a whifferino, and there it is. Detonate finally get rid of the goose egg.
Oh, that smoke was for default. I didn't even know if they had it for Cubby there. There was a bit of a gap, but Detonate still capitalized. Slight on 1 HP. Gets his first kill on the board. Brett as well off of it. Finally, Detonate on the board in multiple ways. But even that got dicey there, lads. I mean, the spray down nearly was completed there by Exit, and we could have been sitting in a very different scenario. But all's well for Detonate this time around. At least they have guns to play with again and have another bite of the cherry in this comeback. It's a long road ahead.
Yeah, but this could start things up, right? I mean, this could make them feel a little bit better now, a little bit of that pressure, like, you know, you're not winning any rounds, things are falling apart, and now they finally got something. Could ignite it, maybe. All right, there's a little bit of a trade going back. Kira going for an awkward peek, and Micro just annihilates him, so alright.
Bit unaware on that timing for Micro. He saw the side hall fight, but maybe he was a little bit too worried that there was another Heaven player as well, and gets caught in a rock in a hard place. Brett with the smoke on the bottom of B stairs, but they're ahead of that. They can just walk all the way up, and he's just left on an island. He's got to come up huge, but Turtle rips his head clean off. That's a plant, and I think potentially the round. This retake's tough. Freshy's going to try to make a move forward.
Yeah, he kind of pulls back on it, but he is pressing with the smoke. Now the smoke going to hit him. I don't know if this will actually land right in front of him or hit him, so no sound cue. They're expecting somebody to come for the flank on the stairs. And they do have 2 flashes available. Another smoke going to be dispersed up now. Turtle, he's blind, and he's still going to be able to win this duel. It doesn't even matter at all. Yeah, there it is. Stuck in the tail. Detonate. They have to preserve this op. MIBR won't go for the hunt either. I mean, this is what they've been doing this entire best of 3, but this one, they'll just kind of let this one slide, and Detonate can survive with the guns.
Yeah, very well handled from MIBR. Again, punishing Brett on the solo anchoring mission. As soon as they notate that that smoke comes in, they call the bluff immediately. And Brett doesn't know what hit him as soon as that flash pops ahead. And MIBR capitalize on another B play. 8-1 now for the Brazilians. AWP retained, as you said. And they can't have a buy around it. But they need rounds. At the end of the day, they can have all the buys they want, but I mean, these sites are being sliced through like thin sheets of paper.
Yeah, it's a long road too, right? I mean...
Oh, man.
Okay, yeah, it's a long road. Yeah, it's a really long road, and I mean, Brett and Freshy were trying something a little bit different. Not gonna say innovative, but they were trying to be creative, and I mean, finally Slight picks up something, but I mean, this is just not what you want to see for Detonate. The bomb's slowly making its way finally, but oh goodness.
It's a rarity that you get those opening B entries like that quickly. And the fact that they just completely shutter the B defense that soon. I mean, credit to Brett and Freshy, they understood that they were losing the B side over and over again. They wanted to switch things up, maybe try to take bottom B stairs control, force them into ramp, but even that goes awry. So attempted solutions from Detonate, but MIBR again are just a step ahead.
No, it's a good point. I mean, again, like, they needed to try something different. It was risky for a gun round, but I think they had, like you said, they had to try something different. Like, it was just losing that over and over. Brett realizing that things are not going his way. Oh, Slight, that didn't hit the trigger. Now he might get actually overwhelmed, and he does, so they lose that op. It's non-retrievable here, so Detonate, they were trying to preserve, the rifles with the op, but they lose it. That was a golden ticket for him.
And they'll buy again. They have max loss bonus. Retaining 2 rifles there is still primo. But no AWP to set up. Slight 2 and 8 now. Still very quiet. And you really would like him to step up here. He's that kind of hero that Detonate have looked towards to turn the tides of some of these best of 3s. And what kind of put Detonate on the map is his stellar performances. But right now it's the Henny show. Ooh, thought he caught a little bit of a shoulder there.
So did I.
But I mean, look at this, right? With all the conditioning that they've done, there's no real aggression being had, and they've just got to try to trade their way through it. And Sonny threw the smoke on White Box. Another plant. They're just DMing their way through here, lads. It's just no contest.
This is no contest at all. It's just more salt in the wound, right? I mean, this is Detonate. They're trying to mix things up a little bit. But MIBR just seemed to slightly adjust the playbook, and it just catches them off guard again. And this is where MIBR, like we said, they went up through mid this time. Came through tower and just took him down, and Brett didn't even stand a chance.
Time in, time out that B defense. This time through mid jump up. And they can just keep conditioning the ramp play because of how many successful A hits there have been. You can just leave Henny at the bottom of ramp and toss utility in, and they'll bite. They'll have to fight side hall. They'll have to fight top crane. And MIBR can really do as they please. Detonate call another timeout here, but it feels a little too late because at this point, this half has run away and you have no solutions to try and solve these last 4 rounds.
Yeah, and I mean, historically too, I mean, as a team for Detonate, I mean, this is the side that they do better on, right? I mean, their CT is kind of, I don't want to call it their bread and butter, but I mean, it's the side they're stronger on. Their T side is not as good on Vertigo. So the fact that we're seeing a 1-10 score line, yeah, I'm getting nervous. I'd be shaking in the boots a little bit here for Detonate, but this is just a masterclass performance that we're seeing from Made in Brazil.
Yeah, I mean, just identity-wise, this map suits them so well, and I'm glad they finally settled on a home map like this one, because they're damn good on it. And he posted up again, and this time around, they'll wait for the utility to fade, and then they'll re-execute again.
No mid presence though. I think the only person slight, yeah, he's got that top, you know, angle that he can just see the boost, but that's it. They're just giving up free real estate right now. The utility work too. It's pushing him back, flush him out. And like you said, I mean, it was a really good point is that Detonate, they seem to fight on a lot of utility usage. Cryptic trying to play a little bit more aggressive just to catch somebody off guard, but Turtle, slow and steady, will win this race, I guess. There we go. First opening duel for their favor.
And now look at that. Just the reaction immediately from Detonate. Nearly 3 players just cheating their way over. They've got to gamble somewhere, right? Eventually something's got to give. But again, it's the wrong call. Exits posted late in mid and they'll retake bottom B stairs. And now Brett's thinking about leaving as well. Oh, this is just so ugly here, Laz. They've made the wrong call again.
Poor Brett. He's got to be the anchor, and it's just not worked out for him at all. Tea leaves have been against him, and now his shoulder exposes, and the head does too. Oh man, and there's MIBR. They are just picking up kills. It's a full cleanup here on Vertigo. And it's another round. Not even taking any damage. Everybody at 100. They won all those fights. Detonate couldn't even put a sliver of damage against him.
Man, give credit to Brett, man. I mean, it's hard to be anchor. I'm not even gonna
100%.
bash on him too much because it is. If it's not going your way, it is just tough to dig yourself out of. Just confidence-wise as well. And they're definitely trying to punish. And Freshie, he's also trying to support him as well, and he's just not able to do it.
Well, and then like you said, it's the fact that we're seeing these rotates coming in and they're just catching them off guard. And look at that, even then, it's a bit more of a stack on the ramp, but it's just MIBR now. They're just outgunning it. It's just dead in the water here from Detonate, and it's turning into a bit of a blunder. They just don't have any sort of an answer. Unless something comes up from Slight, but it hasn't been the same with what we were expecting. No, and there you go. He's overexposed, he gets taken down, and now it's just down to Brett again.
And they're planning on the B side last.
Turtle
went all the way through. He's like, I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna try to get a kill on the A site, but it doesn't matter. They're not even there. And he's been exposed yet again. It's just so unlucky for the poor guy. At a 12th on the board for MIBR. Man.
It just, again, I think this is such a great showing of like MIBR. Like, I know we really have been hammering out this detail, but it's so important to note that like this is their pick, and for an obvious reason, but you can just see the clear difference of their experience on this map and how easily they can just, you know, mimic things and they can change up their game plan just slightly. But never know. Never say never.
Maybe you can make do with these pistols here, a pop flash and a bottom ramp. They see nothing, and maybe they could try to clear this and try to hightail it to the B bomb site, but Brett's not even in the B bomb site, he's in spawn.
Yeah. He's like, guys, I can't do this. I can't play the B site anymore. I gotta be somewhere else, please. Now he's leading in like, okay, they're coming in. And now, it might be a little too late. You can already see to get into the site with ease, with confidence. The only damage is Turtle running into his own molly. No utility either from the CT side from Detonate, right? So this is a 5-on-5 retake situation here. MIBR, they've been just flawless with these guns, and Sonny does take some big damage, but he pulls back. Detonator taking the slow. The time's already halfway through.
They're trying to just look for something being offered up, try to punish some aggression, but even the sliver angle being checked by Henny. Nothing being offered up for free here by the Brazilians. And Slight will go down. Micro could get one late.
Well, just swing it, Micro. Do it.
Oh, but he's not getting
Snapshot
anything.
kill. Oh my god, and he survives. Oh, I don't even know how he did. Oh, he is so lucky. Some good damage, though. He's not even going to keep that Mag 7. He's just going to throw that one away. But we're in the last round of this this first half, and I guess the question is, Detonate can find two.
Try to salvage some dignity here at the tail end. You don't want to go down like this. Of course, it is against MIBR, no less. Again, the top seed theoretically of this bracket that we have, and we never said it was going to be easy.
Yeah, Turtle finding now two. Look, they just wait things out. Cryptic trying to get aggressive, just trying to catch somebody off guard maybe, but no. Head on the swivel and down to Freshie. A 1-on-4. A man with a dream. Destiny. Can it be his? Dana. Dana. Dana, Dana, Dana. Dana, and he wins it! Alright. Make it a 1-on-3. Make it a 1-on-0. We're gonna take that break. We'll see you for the second half.
You love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
Well, we're finally back. Second half here, map number 2. Laz and Paladin, Counter-Strike. And it's a 14-1. It's been MIBR showing us their dominant performance.
They just made us turn our stuff here, lads. I think MIBR show why they're highly regarded in the international space, why they're trying to fight for being considered a tier 1 team. And dispatching Detonate in this fashion just going to continue to strike fear into the rest of the opponents in the bracket, especially if they can just close this one out cleanly. Ooh, the turtle starts things off rock solid with 2, Insani with another. Oh, talk about an ugly start for this opening half. Or sorry, the second half for Detonate.
Yeah, now they're just going to run for it. They're hungry. They want this 16-1 so bad, and now they put themselves on series point with a convincing pistol. Again, a round where we see barely any damage exchange. I think it was only Insani that was down to 83. And now everything has come down to this. 14 rounds needed. Scout here for Cryptic, and Deagles to complement that too.
And you've already gotten 3 rifles out on the MIBR side. It's an ugly, ugly picture, one which I feel as though we're gonna know what the outcome is in just a few seconds' time. And you've got to give credit to MIBR for staying resilient against a competitive Detonate on Inferno, and then rocking the world of Detonate as soon as they switched on over to their own map pick. We said they're the top dog, and they're really showing us on Vertigo why they are considered as such. And for Detonate, they'll have one more attempt at continuing their playoff run, but right now, Laz, this is the end of the road.
It is the end of the road. That's a 16-1 MIBR. Going to show us some dominant performance, taking a 2-0. But like you said, we can talk a little bit about these playoffs, because even this loss for Detonate doesn't mean they're out. They're now going in the lower bracket, which means that they have to play